Your perception of self is a fragile, precious thing, constantly under construction, constantly vulnerable to subtle corruptions. It is a vital commodity in a world where reality itself can be bent and twisted by unseen, malevolent forces. Guard it fiercely, for some reflections are best left unexamined, and some truths are better left forever in the dark. This is not a call for widespread panic, but rather an urgent and unequivocal directive for extreme vigilance. Understanding the profound psychological underpinnings of this phenomenon is not merely academic. It is your absolute first and most crucial line of defense against its insidious influence. Victims of this phenomenon consistently report a growing, insidious sense of detachment from their own identity, a chilling feeling that something else, something utterly alien and malevolent, is looking back from the mirror, wearing their face, mimicking their movements, yet harboring an unspeakable, secret joy at their growing torment. Your mind, desperately attempting to maintain its coherent model of reality, struggles to reconcile the familiar, comforting image of yourself with this unfamiliar, malevolent expression, creating an internal conflict so deeply unsettling that it can rapidly lead to feelings of profound disorientation, escalating paranoia, and a terrifying, inescapable questioning of one's own sanity. Our brains are meticulously wired through millennia of evolution to recognize faces with astonishing speed and accuracy, to interpret the myriad nuances of expressions, and most crucially, to instantly identify potential threats within our environment. When a familiar face, your own face, presents such a profound anomaly, especially one as universally understood as a smile, yet it feels fundamentally, terrifyingly wrong, it triggers a profound and debilitating sense of cognitive dissonance. Now, imagine that same profound discomfort, that innate sense of wrongness, applied directly to your own image, your own reflection. Your reflection is undeniably you, yet it possesses a subtle, disturbing deviation, a malevolent glint in its eye, a chilling curl to its lip, that triggers a primal, inescapable sense of profound wrongness. Instead, this phenomenon taps into a deeper, far more insidious psychological mechanism, preying directly on what psychologists refer to as the Uncanny Valley of the self, a profound discomfort we experience when something is almost but not quite human, triggering an innate sense of revulsion or unease. This phenomenon, we must stress, is not merely a trick of the light, a product of tired eyes, or a simple case of pareidolia, the benign tendency to perceive patterns in random stimuli, like seeing faces in clouds. While pareidolia can explain fleeting illusions, it utterly fails to account for the consistent, deliberate, and deeply unsettling nature of these reported reflections. This smile, while undeniably a distorted mimicry of your own, is profoundly not yours. It carries an inherent wrongness, a chilling malevolence that transcends simple visual anomaly, hinting at an intelligence, a presence that is both familiar and utterly alien, lurking just beneath the surface of your own image. These are not fleeting glances in passing, easily dismissed as optical illusions or momentary distractions. These are sustained, unnerving observations, where the reflection exhibits an unfamiliar, unsettling smile, a malevolent grin that lingers, challenging the very core of your self-perception. Over the past few months, our dedicated research division has received an escalating and deeply disturbing number of anecdotal reports, now meticulously corroborated by preliminary psychological profiles and emerging neurological data, detailing instances where individuals encounter their own reflection in low-light conditions. When the familiar, the comforting, the utterly mundane aspects of your existence become subtly, yet profoundly alien, not through any discernible external force or supernatural intervention, but from within the very reflective surface that should offer reassurance. That is the precise moment your cognitive comfort zone is directly and brutally assaulted. When the very image that defines you, that you have known and trusted your entire life, begins to betray its fundamental nature, presenting an anomaly so profound it shatters the illusion of normalcy. That is precisely where the true psychological horror begins its chilling and inescapable manifestation. But what unfathomable psychological cataclysm occurs when this very bedrock of self-confirmation, this constant visual anchor of our being, is subtly yet terrifyingly and systematically undermined? Not by external forces, but by an insidious corruption originating from within the very mirror itself. From the earliest stages of infancy, we instinctively learn to recognize ourselves in reflective surfaces, a crucial developmental milestone that allows us to begin constructing a coherent, stable sense of I, based on this consistent and reliable visual feedback, establishing it as the silent, ever-present, and seemingly benign witness to the entirety of our lives. Psychologically, our reflection is far more profound than just a mere visual image. It is, in essence, a fundamental cornerstone of our self-identity, a constant, unwavering visual affirmation of our very existence, our unique individuality, and our perceived place within the vast tapestry of the world around us. Let us be unequivocally clear. This is not about ancient superstitions, folkloric tales of malevolent spirits, or the simple play of light and shadow on an overactive imagination. This is about the very fabric of self-perception, the intricate neurological pathways that construct our identity, and how that delicate architecture can be terrifyingly and systematically unraveled from within. Tonight, we embark on a journey into the unsettling depths of the human mind, to explore a phenomenon that, while seemingly innocuous in its initial fleeting manifestations, taps directly and insidiously into the deepest, most primal anxieties embedded within the human psyche. The phenomenon we are terming the unsettling reflection. This broadcast contains highly sensitive information regarding a newly identified psychological phenomenon, one that challenges our understanding of self and consciousness. And as such, viewer discretion is not just advised, but is absolutely paramount for your continued psychological safety and the preservation of your mental well-being. Good evening. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming for what we can only describe as an urgent and critical public service announcement. One that carries implications far beyond the mundane, delving into the very architecture of human perception and the fragile nature of reality itself.